Here we are on Isla Tacaño, the very island that started this entire season off. We are here in the midst of a raging storm in hopes that we can save the embryo of Ripper, also being classified now as E750. The ranger team drive to Ripper's new enclosure, at least in order to tranquilise her first, before they can freeze her and save her embryos. Unfortunately, Ripper had other ideas. Without any reason why this is happening, the gates suddenly open. Over in the distance, in a very old enclosure, Ripper's old enclosure, the Orion program has been able to set up a new facility, the new Ranger outpost and a new Raptor pen. It's unknown why have they done this. They've made it near the East Dock in case of a quick escape. The Ranger team goes for a second plan, and instead of tranquilising the animal first, and then transporting it off the island, in case of another storm that could wipe out all of the embryo facilities on the island. The plan works, however. Raptors are everywhere. This could cause a problem, but thankfully, Ripper is able to get away fast. It is unknown how these velociraptors got here, but Orion says that they could be escaped from the so-called Raptor holding pen, now being called as the hybrid pit. As we chased it through the jungle, it is so fast it can be able to get away so quickly. Tour vehicles, people being eaten left and right, being slaughtered and killed. People's body parts were ripped from their torsos and scattered around the enclosure. These raptors Comstock natives have also started to become a problem on the island, being more of a nuisance than a threat though. People are able to tolerance them, at least the workers, as the park is closed. But we truly say goodbye to the island as Ripper is being transported away. There is no more need for this send facility anymore. This is really our last goodbyes to Isla Tacaño.
Ground crew, please stand by. Helicopter departing.
And now, we travel to our next island. We travel to Isla Nublar, to a very old facility, you might say. Here we travel to the original Jurassic Park from 1993. As you can imagine, everything here on Isla Nublar is a little bit temperamental at first. Something new on this island, not meaning the other main new creatures of course. This is not the original Jurassic Park T-Rex. This is Orion Test 2. Orion 01 was last killed and last seen on the main street of Isla Matanceros, where it was killed by being shot down. Over in the valley, dinosaurs like Apatosaurus, Diplodocus and Struthiomimus graze, feeding from the feeders that are still operational. They are quite lucky to be alive, especially after Mount Sibo's eruption on the other side of the island. These animals are always alert when it comes to trouble. They can always feel when something bad is going to happen. Fortunately though, the thing that's stalking them is being held away from a fence. The thing they are being held away from is the Acrocanthosaurus. One of the largest creatures in the park, apart from Orion Test 2. The Acrocanthosaurus grazes in its enclosure. Although, the gate sometimes malfunctions, and the Acrocanthosaurus is able to go into the valley, where it is like a feast. A lone Struthiomimus now being slaughtered. The rest disperse away from the murder. This is a massacre with lots of blood loss. The Acrocanthosaurus, however, only goes for the smaller herbivores and does not go for the larger ones. Like here, killing the Dryosaurus. The weather forecast predicts a storm. It's just not good. This Acrocanthosaurus is programmed to have a comfort level of a mysterious amount that may not make any sense. What I'm trying to say is, it gets very angry in storms. Capturing this point of view from a Diplodocus' experience of this kill. The Diplodocus is very scared and agitated. It knows that it will not be killed by the Acrocanthosaurus, but knows it can still pose a threat to it. A pack of Struthiomimuses seem to return from the other side of the valley, thinking that the Acrocanthosaurus is gone. They thought wrong. Now acknowledges that this massacre is going on. It drives over. The Acrocanthosaurus is able to sneak in one more tasty kill. The Acrocanthosaurus is located back to its enclosure and the gate is fixed. Hopefully this cannot happen again, as we can't afford to lose any more dinosaurs to this beast. This is episode 1, signing off.